Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the proven framework that smart fleet owners are using to slash their insurance costs. So if you're tired of seeing high premiums eat away at your profits, stick around. This is for you. If you're a fleet decision maker, you know this feeling all too well, right? The pressure from high insurance costs is just relentless, and it's a direct hit to your bottom line. The question is, what can you really do about it? Okay, so before we jump into the solution, let's just get really specific about the problem. It basically boils down to two core challenges that are probably keeping you up at night. I'm sure you can relate. Maybe you're like Mike, the owner who's just watching premiums suck the cash flow right out of the business. Or maybe you're more like Karen, the manager who's worried that one bad accident could lead to a massive lawsuit. Well, the good news is there's a data-driven way to take back control. All right, let's get into the solution. It's a structured three-tier safety program. And the best part? This is exactly what insurance companies are looking for to justify giving you those lower rates. So check this out. It really is like a ladder to savings. You can see the direct connection here. The more advanced your safety tech, the bigger your potential discount. It starts with a pretty solid 10 to 15% for just basic GPS, but it climbs all the way up to a potential 30% reduction when you go for a full safety ecosystem. For most fleets, the sweet spot is right here in the middle, the silver tier. It really gives you the best return on your investment. You get the huge savings from AI cameras that target the highest risk behaviors, but you do it without all the cost and complexity of the gold tier's third-party integrations. But here's the thing that most people miss, and it's absolutely crucial. The technology alone is not a silver bullet. To really unlock these savings, you need to have a documented safety policy. This is what signals to your insurer that you're not just compliant, you're genuinely committed to safety. Your policy is the foundation of everything. And trust me, insurance underwriters are trained to look for these exact components. They want to see that you're using data for positive coaching, not just punishment. They want to see clear rules, a structured coaching process, and that you're respecting driver privacy. This is how you build a culture of safety, not a culture of surveillance. And this is how you turn that policy into practice. Instead of some vague rule like, hey, don't brake so hard, you set clear, objective G-force thresholds that are based on the actual vehicle's weight. This takes all the guesswork out of it and makes your driver coaching incredibly effective. Okay, so now let's talk about the data itself, because this becomes the undeniable proof that you're going to use to negotiate those lower premiums. This is where AI-powered dash cameras become your ultimate defense. In an accident, video is just irrefutable. It protects your drivers from false claims, and it shields your business from those terrifying nuclear verdicts. Those massive multi-million-dollar lawsuits that can put a company out of business overnight. And the proactive results are just staggering. Look at these numbers from top-tier AI camera solutions. A 96% reduction in distracted driving, a 76% drop in tailgating. You're not just reacting to accidents anymore, you're preventing the most dangerous behaviors before they can even happen. All that data then fuels a really smart, structured coaching process. First, the driver gets an instant alert right in the cab to correct the behavior. Then, they might do some virtual coaching on a mobile app. And finally, for those who need it, there's a documented face-to-face session using specific video clips. This is how you create real, lasting change in behavior. And, instead of just focusing on mistakes, the best systems also measure and reward positive driving. A metric like the green zone score, it kind of gamifies safety. Imagine walking into a meeting and showing your insurer that your entire fleet consistently scores above 850. Wow, that is powerful proof of a low-risk professional culture. So, what does this all add up to in the end? Let's get down to the hard numbers, the ultimate return on investment. First off, a 96% reduction in distracted driving. You essentially eliminate one of the biggest causes of costly accidents on the road today. It's a huge win. Second, when an incident does happen, you can resolve claims up to 75% faster. That clear video evidence just cuts through all the back and forth, and that saves you an enormous amount of time and legal fees. And finally, here it is, the number that matters most to your budget, a potential 30% reduction in your annual insurance premiums. That's a huge operational expense that you can turn right back into profit. Now, it's really important to understand the timeline here. While some insurers will give you an immediate discount just for installing the tech, the real savings, the big savings, they come after you've collected about 6 to 12 months of data. That's when you can show a clear downward trend of risk to your provider and lock in that maximum reduction at your annual renewal. So, the most important takeaway is this: a structured safety program isn't just a cost center, it's a profit driver. So, just think about it for a second. What could you do with that recaptured capital? Could you reinvest in growth, upgrade your equipment, or maybe reward the excellent drivers who make your business run? The potential is just massive.